Lorentz force. When you talk about the topic magnetic field due to electric current, the knowledge of Lorentz force is very important. Let us begin today's lecture with some basic concepts. If plus Q is any charge and it has its own electric field, then any test charge plus Q comes nearer to this plus Q or within the electric field of this plus Q, what will happen? It experiences some force. As we studied in electrostatics, whether this plus Q is moving or a stationary, it experiences some force due to this plus Q. As we know, the direction of electric field is always away from the charge. Since both the charges are alike charges, obviously the force of repulsion will take place as they are both are plus. What will happen? The force also acts in this direction. The repulsive force also acts in this direction. Magnitude of electrostatic force F on this charge due to this charge is defined as magnitude of test charge and the electric field on that charge. So where E electric field, that 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught and the Q by and the square of the distance between them. When you substitute E value in this equation, so F is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q into this Q will come here divided by R square. This is the force exerted by the electric field whether Q is stationary or moving in this case. Proceeding further, what happens when test charge plus Q is kept in any magnetic field? What happens if this plus Q is kept in any magnetic field? When the topic magnet comes, when a piece of magnet is taken, as you know, the direction of magnetic lines of force always travel from north to south. Here I have taken only single line to show, but there are innumerable lines will be produced those are known as magnetic lines of force traveling from north to south. If we take a north pole in one side and a south pole on another side, the magnetic lines of force always travel from north to south in this case also. Means it is fixed that magnetic lines of force always travel from north to south. What happens if I keep any test charge, that is plus Q, in between these poles? If this is the case, what will happen? See here, this is taken as I have taken a 3D diagram over here. Here it is a north pole and here it is a south pole. And the test charge brought in between those poles. Now what will happen? Obviously magnetic lines of force are traveling from north to south. The direction of magnetic field denoted by B vector. The direction of B vector magnetic field is also in the same direction because the lines of force coming from north to south. Think that if it is a stationary charge, then there is no force exerted on this due to this magnetic field. Means no force acts on this stationary charge because of this magnetic lines of force. What will happen if this charge which I have taken as a Q, or you can say test charge plus Q, in between north and south, which is moving with the velocity v, then force exerted on that due to this magnetic field is given by the force is equals to the magnitude of that test charge, the velocity with which it is traveling, and the magnetic field, magnitude of magnetic field. Now what will happen when this charge moving with the velocity in this direction and the magnetic field acting on that? So you have to find the direction of force on this plus Q. So how to find the direction of the force in this case? The expression which we have taken as F is equals to QVB, this is only when the angle between V and B are 90 degree. If plus Q is the test charge moving with the velocity V, under the action of this magnetic field, then the force exerted on this Q is given by F is equals to QVB. Now how to find out the direction of this F? To find the direction of F, we use Fleming's left hand rule. Remember, whatever you are applying Fleming's left hand rule, in this case it is applicable only for positive charge. How to apply Fleming's left hand rule over here? Thumb will give you direction of the force acting on that test charge. So if you stretch your all the three fingers mutually perpendicular to each other. See here how to stretch mutually perpendicular to each other. This forefinger is perpendicular to this middle finger and this forefinger is perpendicular to this thumb and thumb is also perpendicular to this middle finger. So in short, all the three are mutually perpendicular to each other. You have to stretch like this. Now if you see, the direction of B in this case is downward direction. So stretch your finger and rotate your hand like this. So B will be the direction of this field. V is the velocity of this charge and the thumb coming out of the screen means the force acts on this plus Q is outward direction. See here. This is the case. So F coming out of the screen means the force acting on this plus Q is in the outward direction. See, the question arises, Miss, what happens if this plus Q is not plus Q if you replace this with the minus Q, means with the minus charge? When minus charge is kept in a magnetic field, what will be the direction of the force? If it is a plus Q, then only this direction of the outward force is applicable for this charge. When it is a plus Q, the direction, because of the repulsive force, the direction of force is also away from this plus Q. If you see over here, just for a moment, if I make this minus Q, if I make this minus Q, now what will happen if I make this minus Q? This is a plus Q and this is a minus Q. There will be a force of attraction takes place. So what will happen? The force acts in this direction. It will be attracted towards this plus Q because of the unlike charges. The same thing you can apply for your Fleming's left hand. When it is a plus Q, the force, according to Fleming's left hand rule, the force is acting or coming out of this page. Means it is in an outward direction. If it become minus Q, obviously what will happen? The direction of this force will be in opposite direction, that is inside the page. Means it move away from you, that move inside the page. If it become minus Q, the direction of force will change and it will go inside the page. Whatever we studied right now, that is in the case when direction of V, direction of B and the direction of F all are perpendicular to each other. What happens if V is not perpendicular to B? Means if the velocity of the charge is same as in the direction of magnetic field. Suppose angle between V and B is not 90 degree. Means it might be 0. You can consider the case 0. What will happen? You can compare the figure over here. Before it was the case where V is perpendicular to B. If the velocity of the charge is same in the direction of magnetic field, what will happen? See here. The angle between V and B become 0. So, if the velocity of a charged particle is parallel to, means it become parallel to that magnetic field. See, if the velocity of V of a charged particle is parallel to magnetic field, the magnitude of force also becomes 0. And in another case, and another way, if the charge is stationary, I told you, if charge is stationary, it is not moving when you kept in a magnetic field, means it will not experience any force. In that case also, force is 0. Even though the magnetic field is not 0, but the charge is stationary, velocity is 0, so the force also 0. So you have to remember two things over here. Force will be 0 when the direction of velocity and the direction of magnetic field is same, means they are parallel to each other. In second case, if the charge is stationary, means the velocity of that charge is 0, then in that case also force acting on that charge is also 0. Now the question arises, what will happen if the angle between V and B is neither 90 or nor 0? Means think that this is the case, the red line shows the lines of magnetic field. Then B is the direction of this magnetic field. What will happen, and V is the velocity of that particle, charged particle. Now this theta, if you see, this is an acute angle. The direction of B and the direction of V makes some acute angle theta, which is neither 90 nor 0. Now how to solve this one? You have to resolve V as a two components, one as horizontal and one as vertical. Means when you resolve V, the direction of horizontal V in this direction and the vertical V. So here H stands for horizontal velocity and V stands for vertical velocity. Means you resolve the components V into 2 as we studied in the vector chapter. So what will happen? As we already studied, when the velocity, the direction of velocity and the direction of magnetic field become same, means the angle described when them is 0, then the force will be 0. So in this case, the force will be 0. When you resolve V as a two components, the vector which is with the theta is always cos theta. So it became V cos theta. And other than that, the other horizontal velocity will become V sin theta. Now, as we know, the force in this case becomes 0, means there is no work of this V cos theta over here. Means the force only decided due to this V sin theta. So V sin theta is an active velocity for this charge, and with the help of that we can decide the direction of force. So in this case, force exerted on the plus Q test charge only due to V sin theta, not with the V cos theta, as the force along this is 0. So we can modify F is equals to Q V B was the formula which we have already studied. So F is equals to Q V suffix H I will give, because the velocity with the horizontal component you have to take, and the B, and with the horizontal component VH stands for V sin theta. So the expression of force in this case is Q V sin theta B. If you rearrange the terms, you can write Q V B sin theta. So from the above discussion, it is clear that the direction of V, B, F follows a vector cross product relationship. Now, how to find this V cross B ka direction in this case? We use right hand thumb rule. You have to stretch your thumb like this and you have to keep fingers like this. Now, the direction of these curved fingers shows you the direction whether it is going from V to B or B to V. See, when it is a cross product, you have to think that whether it is a B cross V or V cross V. That is the thing we have to decide. For that purpose, we are using right hand thumb rule over here. So, what will happen if you keep the hand like this? See here, if you keep hand like this. So, the curved finger is coming in this direction and thumb is going inside the page. Means this might be the case if this is V and this is B. Means the direction of V into B, the direction of V cross B is inward. When you keep your hand like this, the curved fingers are showing in this direction. So, you are moving in this direction. But this is not the case, because according to Fleming's left hand rule, when plus Q, a test charge is kept in a magnetic field, then the force is always outward direction, or the force acting on this is always in an outward direction. If you consider a right hand thumb rule over here, in this case it is showing inward direction. So this is not the case. So you can't take B cross V. So it will be not in the consideration. So if you apply right hand thumb rule in this direction, what will happen? If you keep your curved fingers like this and thumb stretched out like this, the curved fingers are showing in this direction. So you are moving from V to B. In that case, the stretched thumb shows the direction of V cross B. So it is in a outward direction. This case matches with the Fleming's left hand rule. So we have to consider this case over here. So finally it is nothing but V cross B is final, not B cross V. So what will happen when Q is in between electric field as well as a magnetic field? See here, we have studied when a test charge plus Q is kept in the field, the electric field produced by this plus Q, then it experiences some force, whether the plus Q is a stationary or moving. So the force is given by the magnitude of that test charge and the electric field acting on that charge due to this plus Q. So this is the case when the test charge is kept in the electric field. And this is the force on the test charge when the test charge is kept in the magnetic field. So it is Q into V cross B. So what will happen if the electric field as well as magnetic field together acts on the charge? Means in other way, what will happen if the test charge is kept in both the fields, magnetic as well as electric field? These red lines represent magnetic lines of force. And what will happen if any test charge plus Q is brought in the magnetic field and another strong charge is kept over here? This also exerts some force on this plus Q. So as we studied, the direction of electric field is away from the charge. So it is a direction of E will be decided like this. So the force acting on this plus Q also in the direction of this because of the repulsion. So you think that now there is no these red lines, means there is no magnetic field, only electric field. If you talk about, then the force exerted on this test charge, that is Fe, E stands for electric force, the force due to electric field is equals to Q into E, which we already studied. So when this is kept in the magnetic field also, the force due to magnetic field acting on this charge is also Fm is equals to Q into V cross B, where the suffix M stands for the magnetic field. So it is a force due to magnetic field. So it follows the principle of superposition of forces, because on the same charge the force due to electric field as well as the force due to magnetic field also acting together on that. So this is the principle of superposition of forces. So how to consider now net force acting on that plus Q? If you see, the net force acting on this plus Q is force due to electric field, force due to magnetic field. So if you substitute, force due to electric field is Q into E vector and force due to magnetic field is Q into V cross B, and if you take Q common over here, this is the final expression you will get over here. So this expression is known as Lorentz force. So hence the net force acting on this test charge due to electric field as well as magnetic field is given by Lorentz force. So how to define this Lorentz force based on this expression? Very easy, just concentrate. The force experienced by a charged particle, moving with some velocity v, where both electric field as well as magnetic field exist, is called Lorentz force.